morning. Welcome back to the Hotshot Haven. Good to have you guys back in here. Let's get these live chats turned on. Make it possible for people to do super chats, which does support the cause. How y'all doing this morning on a Saturday? Got HAT Journey. All My Metal. What's up, All My Metal? Y'all sending out shout outs to All My Metal. Yeah, home not feeling too well with undisclosed problem, but he's not feeling well, so prayers for All My Metal. Cartier. Hold on one moment. Hey, good morning, y'all. Good morning. Glad y'all was able to take an opportunity to just come in here and just hear a little something and try to help y'all not get caught slipping, man. Because, like I say, from time to time, I get things that are brought to me via 1 hour consultations, and people would tell me to feel free to speak up on their situation. So, I take that opportunity to enlighten some people about some stuff that a lot of people don't know that could really be detrimental not only to your business but to your future. Um, Point blank period, you can go to jail. And I don't know about y'all. I'm trucking like I'm trapping. I ain't trapping. The reason I'm trucking like this because I don't want to be trapping because the consequence of trapping is going to jail. So the last thing I want to do is to get out of what I was doing, come out here and end up in the same jail I was gonna end up in. It might not be for as long, but I'm still going to the same jail. And it might not even be the same jail, probably in a jail in a whole nother state, way away somewhere, where they ain't gonna let you use a bail bum and they want it all because they scared you're not gonna come back to court. All right. Good morning. Do some shout outs. We got a lot of people jumping in. Y'all take time, share the live if you haven't. Wicked Diesel, good morning. Oh my matter. Man, I hope you do feel better. Ryan Humphrey, what's up, brother? Neil, what's up, Neil? Out there, Wildcat with that CDL, boy. Brian, no days off. Nah, we gotta put y'all up on it. I can't let y'all get caught slipping. I can't do it. It just ain't me. And when he told me, he was like, you could say my name or whatever. I ain't gonna call it name because this situation is a situation that can happen to anybody. Um, but yeah. Ooh, hot shot, hot shot. That's a real quote right there. That's a real quote right there. What's the word? What's up, Derek? Well, should we get in here, letting everybody get a chance to come up in here so I kind of tell the story one time, and then I can tell y'all about this call I had yesterday was really quite disturbing. I'm talking about like even for me, I've seen damn near everything you can see when it comes to what companies do, what owner operators do, what drivers do, consequences of different stuff that people haven't went through yet that are astronomical. I've been through it. I done paid the price of a lot of stuff that I didn't do. I ain't even do it. That's the crazy thing about it. A lot of stuff that I'd have paid thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and lost money in time and everything and had people going back and forth to court, can't run the routes like they really should because they in and out of court, in and out of court, in and out of court. And they going to court way over there, damn near to California and shit, trying to fix stuff that happened and all type of stuff, bro. And I lost money, paid the cost too many times. So I'm gonna make this video. I said, man, this call right here gonna prompt me to just talk about some stuff that happened and some stuff that's happening right now across the country that leaving people really in some precarious positions and some predicament where you probably more or less you're gonna need a lot of money to get out of this situation. I'm finna tell y'all about. And you're gonna need it right then. So if y'all would, if you're in here, give me a thumbs up right quick. It helps the algorithm. We trying to push these lives out. I've been getting pretty good views on the lives. More people are coming to the realization about some things, and more people are being educated. And that's why we're here, so you don't get caught slipping. So, throw me a thumbs up in there. It helps. Yeah, I appreciate that hysterical TV. Um, I really don't know where to start because this shit is preposterous, y'all. I'm just gonna take it from the beginning of the call. Okay, so I get a cash out for a 1 hour consultation. Dollar sign JBUTLER 357 on Cash App. Leave your number in the four line where it says memo or this is for whatever. Leave your number, your phone number. So this person, Mr. M, I'm gonna call him Mr. M. Mr. M left me a cash app for $100 to get a consultation. It was like, and this call happened yesterday. So he sent the cash app the day before. I had some more people in line in front of him, but you know, it went on down and it was his turn. So I'm driving back home yesterday evening from Louisiana. I got a 48,000 pound coil on the trailer, and I get on a stretch of 49 where it really isn't any more turns for like an hour and a half. So I was like, let me do one of these calls. Let me get one of these calls in. So I clicked the cash out. I hit them up. I call restricted block number, whatever. But I let y'all know that's gonna be me. If you see the thumbs up come back in your cash out and a restricted number, it might say spam. It might say anything because it's not gonna be my number. But it's gonna be me. And I'll leave you a voicemail if you don't answer you and we'll try it again. But I called him. Real nice young man, real mannerable guy. Just seemed like a hardworking guy. And I'm gonna tell y'all what he used to do before he came out and l- quote unquote leased on and started running Hotshot about 3 or 4 weeks ago. He used to work in the oil field in Texas. He used to be from Texas, but he relocated to Missouri after he came out the oil field. And most of y'all know that in general, when you think about oil field work, it's not the easiest work in the world. But most of the time, it pays pretty well. So people that work in the oil field generally have some money put aside and generally have really good credit. And they probably have a welding rig truck or a dually or something they like to play. They like got motorcycles and boats and RVs and all type of different stuff because they got a nice bit of disposable income because they work hard. They out there doing some dangerous stuff now. It hazard pay. So we gonna say this. Just put him in the category of people that will work. He'll work. He ain't got no problem going wherever, doing whatever he got to do, as long as he, supposed to be making the right amount of money, and these people supposed to be keeping him going. So he stops working in the oil field. He relocates to Missouri, and he wants to do hot shot. So sadly, listen to me good. Sadly, he had not been availed to the knowledge of this channel yet. He ain't found me at this time. We so sorry. Y'all share these video. Please share the video. Cause some it's some people it's some stuff that some people are doing to some people. Share the video. Just share the video. Be like, why you ain't famous yet? Cause y'all ain't sharing my shit. Y'all ain't sharing my shit. Okay, share my shit. Give me a thumbs up. Share my shit. Do this because this gonna save somebody right here. Now he go to Missouri with a bankroll. Got a nice piece of change. Could buy whatever he want to buy, the decision, whatever, whatever, whatever. It could be up to him. But he goes, and I don't know how he found these people. I wish he had them, but I don't know how he found these people. He found some people in Missouri that did non-CDL hot shot. And the company is owned by a person. I ain't gonna say man or woman. It's a person that basically from the onset of him having the money and the credit to go get the equipment, they basically specified you need to buy this to work here with us and we'll lease you on. So we're going to tell you what to go buy. If you're able to go buy it, we'll lease you on and you can start running. So this guy being in the position that he was, he worked hard. He put his money up. So he had some money. He had some credit. He could go get whatever he wanted to, remember? So they tell him, hey, Go get an F-350 dually and go get a 40-foot dual tandem trailer. We need 40 feet dual tandem, and we need F-350 or 3,500 1 ton. 1 ton. We need 1 ton. You can be in any truck you want. We just need 1 ton. So we just at least a 1 ton. So that's a 3,500 or a 350. If you like the Ram, that's a 3,500 Ram. That's a GMC Denali 3,500 dual rear wheel truck and a dual tandem trailer. Okay. So he's like, so that's what I got to do. Hey, Derek, yeah, you hit the nail on the head. You see what I see first, but then it goes a lot deeper than that. It gets a whole lot deeper than that, and we're going to talk about it. Okay, so from the very onset of things, we, from experience, know that 1 ton pickups in general, 3,500 series pickups are rated at 14,000 pounds. And the most trailers at 40 foot, I just say throw it out there. Big Tex, Big Flex, shout out Hotshot Ben and the boys over there. Big Tex, Big Flex. Uh that trailer is rated for 23.9. Yup, cocaine, you hitting the nail on the head too. That's cool. So alright, you already like jumping off the porch kind of wrong, but you don't know because you haven't done this, and the person that has been doing this, i.e., the carrier or the person that perhaps has a number and they're running it like an investor, or they could be hands on because this person is actually dispatching the truck. You know what I'm saying? Specking the truck and taking 20%. Now 20% ain't no bad number, but what are you getting for your 20%? Okay. Now, we're gonna talk about that in a second. What you're getting for your 20%. But okay, so onset of things, we got L350, 40-foot gooseneck. Is one of the things where you kind of, if you know, like I know, and everybody on this line pretty much knows, you need a CDL to operate that. And then go a step further, that truck kinda depends subjectively on who you talk to. But I go for the air of safety and not paying fines. You really should take the bed off that truck, IRP plate that truck as a tractor trailer, and get it plated like that so you can run 40 feet and be over 65 feet, because some people say that's an RV rule and I can show you in the book. But get what, on the side of the road on the inspection, if the officer don't want to hear that shit, and they've been writing tickets for that in Texas forever, and they've been pulling that wheel out and clicking it, you're going to get that violation regardless of what you show them. Some stuff, it doesn't matter because it's a human interaction. If they want to, they will. If they don't, they won't. So I err on the way of caution. Take the bed off because you could get away with it. But some folk won't let you get away with it. I don't want to play Russian roulette with my money every day. I ain't come out here to play no games and hope for the best. I came out here to do what I'm supposed to do. And that's what everybody coming out here to do, especially you come out here with some good credit, your money right, you trying to get on with reputable people, you got the best intentions in the world, you like, I'm gonna run it. I don't care, you know what I'm saying, as long as it's paying, whatever, whatever, whatever. I'm gonna do it. I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to make the more money with this setup. I got a brand new truck. I just priced out. I just put a big down payment on it. And I'm out here. I'm out here, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's how you be feeling. You know what I'm saying? Because you just spent a lot of money. You fully committed. You like on some serious stuff. And you ain't got time for no playing. So you do what these people that should know tell you to do, because you knew you don't know no better. This how you get caught slipping, because you don't know no better. But it is absolutely the responsibility of the driver as well as the carrier to know these things. And it's ultimately the carrier's responsibility to make sure you know it. But at the same time, just being the captain of the ship and having the DOT sitting on that side of the window, standing there asking you questions, it's some stuff you might want to know. You might not want to have to phone in and call nobody to get the answer to what he's asking you right now. You should decide a lot of this stuff you should know. Okay. So, first of all, we got to set up. And must add, this guy did nothing wrong. He told her or him, whoever the person was, he told them that I don't have a CDL. I don't have one. I got a lot of experience. I moved trucks in the oil field from well to well in different places like that without a CDL, but it was kind of some on-site stuff. He really didn't tell on himself like he been running no miles and nothing like that. But he had a very good understanding. But he is not a class A CDL holder. So he was upfront. He didn't try hiding that. So before they get in the comments and be like, well, he kept something from him. No, no, from them, he did not keep nothing from him. And this is what they told him to buy. So not only are we starting out with a setup that really is illegal to be operated by the person that owns it right now, we're gonna get that set up and we're gonna pull up down there at the said carrier, at the carrier, because we're gonna use it loosely. And we understand that this said carrier said that this is a non-CDL hotshot setup, so you don't need no type of weight tax paid for no tags. You don't need no for-hire tag. You just put the same tag that came with your truck when you bought it from the dealership. Keep that on there, and go up there and get you a trailer tag. And we're gonna stick these numbers on the side of your truck, and you're gonna roll. And it get to a point where I really can't decipher because I don't want to assume. I never like to assume stuff. I can't really decipher whether the carrier is purely ignorant or they just plain greedy and stealing. Because you know, when you move weight across state lines, you know what I'm saying? There are fees that are incurred. I'm not out here running like I run. All my metal not out here running like we run. Holly Cash ain't over there moving his trucks like he move them because it's all profit and this stuff don't cost nothing. This shit costs, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. To have a CDL rated high shot, put your RP place on there. By the way, his truck will probably be plated in the 37, 38, 39,000 pound range. You know what I'm saying? Tell them get on in here, man, because they do, like I said, made a serious error, and you know what I'm saying. Like I say, you can't blame him completely, but they gotta share at least 50% of the blame because lack of knowledge and the ignorance of the law is never an excuse. And that's one of those things where we're not out here running these trucks around in circles every day just because if I run, let's just say, if I run my truck for 2 months and make $90,000 gross, I get to keep $90,000. No, no freaking way. The cost of moving weight as you go up, the price of moving weight goes up. That tag on that truck costs more because you're paying to be plated for weight to cross state lines, non-CDL or CDL. Even if you ain't doing IRP, when you go up to the regular tag office and get plated for 26,000 pounds for hire, you're good to cross state lines, and you'll notice that that tag is way more expensive than the farm version that people try and get or the regular tag that comes with your truck to try and cross their lines. It's not legal unless you have a for hire tag because they're charging you for continuously driving on the highway. This is the money that they use to refurbish the highway and different stuff like that. So first of all, you stealing. You stealing. So that's why I say I'm really kind of still up in the air about are they stealing and being greedy because it costs money to move weight. When I moved up to 80,000 pounds, you just know it costs more money to move that weight. And I'm gonna talk about that in a minute, or how it costs more money to move that weight. And get what? Now that you should be plated for 39, but you're not plated for 39, and you're not doing IRP, get what else you're not doing? You're not keeping track of fuel the way you should. You're not doing IFTA. You stealing again. Hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. You stealing again? So this the carrier, not the driver. They're not the driver as of right now. It's not the driver. But being an owner operator, it's his responsibility to pay those taxes. And if the carrier said that they cover IFTA, such as Ohio Haulers, go check out ohiohauler.com. They do IFTA, you know what I'm saying, and they cover that tax if it's be a credit or a liability. They cover it either way. So okay, now hold up, now you stealing again. Cause I spend my money. See, I'm trying to keep you out of jail, but I also try to let you know that you watch a lot of YouTube channel, people move trucks and CDL, non-CDL, outside. These folks got bills. These folks spend money. These folks ain't riding around in circles to get a Bentley. They riding around in circles to pay bills and put up a profit. You feel me? Man, give me a thumbs up here, help the algorithm out. If you're gonna click out, share the video and get it going, cause I'm finna drop some knowledge up on y'all yet again on how not to get caught slipping. Cause this serious right here. This serious. Okay. Not only y'all tell me this situation ain't bad. Not only do we have the incorrect setup for the license that we possess, and the carrier knows it in good faith, sending you out like this, but they not even good at it. Hold on, wait a minute. I said this person been with the carrier 3 weeks, bro. My 4 weeks, but it's going on the 4 week. But 3 weeks out 3 weeks. Bruh done pulled 3 loads. Now, one of those situations, he had something come up at the house. I can't blame the carrier 100%, but he pulled 3 loads in 3 weeks. Hold up, what? I know something came up at the house, but out of 15 working days, 15 opportunity to get some money. Hold on, at least 15 opportunity to get some money. You got some money 3 times. So they let us know that the carrier don't get it. So not only do they not understand compliance, they don't understand how to move the truck, and they really look like they got you running wild because they can't link up none of their freight. What's going on, John? Because it don't sound like he gonna make no money. So let's do some math now. Let's go to the math side of it. Cause he said I could talk about it. Now, in yeah, 1 load a week, like you working part time, but you driving, cause that's what I'm finna tell you. This is a brand new F-350. Nice truck, brand new. I don't know if he got the glass ceiling in it, but it's a nice truck. It ain't no BS truck. Like he ain't go get the trash because he come up out of there with that money. He wasn't tripping. He like, I'm finna get some, have me comfortable out here. This a nice truck. It ain't no trash. So, okay, hold up, hold up. It ain't a brand new truck. I gotta correct myself. It ain't a brand new truck. It ain't. I gotta go back in my mind on that conversation. It was not a brand new truck. It's a nice truck. And it's a truck that he was willing to put some money into the truck. It's a '05 F-350 with a 6.0 in it. So I don't want no cap on my name. I gotta go back in the conversation because, like I said, I do a lot of them. Yeah, '05 F-350 6.0. He had plans to go take it, get it bulletproof, and just do some more stuff to it and everything like that. But the combination together, it's still a CDL setup. It is. So let me give you a premise on one of the loads, which is what I told him should be his final load for said carrier. Um, I don't want to be wrong about the origin, but I'll just say Midwest, Chicago, Michigan, Missouri area is where the load came out of. And we're gonna give you the premise of the load to let you see what the carrier sees and what the carrier understands or may not understand. You be the judge of this. Okay. So the premise of the load is a conveyor belt. The conveyor belt's coming out of the Midwest somewhere, Chicago, Michigan, Ohio, somewhere over there, and it's going to Washington State. And it's 38 feet long. It doesn't weigh but 3,000 pounds. Can anybody say not a partial? Perhaps. Indubitably, that is not a partial. There ain't nothing partial about that shit. 38 feet. But it ain't but 3,000 pounds. 38 feet. Listen to me good. 38 feet. Give me a like if you understand what I'm saying right now. 38 feet, 3,000 pounds going from, let's say Missouri. We just say Missouri. Going from Missouri to Washington by 1,849 miles, 1,850 miles. This took me good. This ain't no trickery, ain't no fuckery in what I'm finna say. You gotta listen to me good. Listen to me good. We'll try for taco. You know what I'm about to say. If myself personally in my 48-foot step deck arrangement with that 379 pull up with that kitty cat and pick up 38 feet, we'll drive for taco, red man. Red man, do you have 48 or a 53? I mean a 52. A 53. What you got? A 48 or a 53, red man? Cause I'm finna make a real good point. We'll drive for taco. What you got? A 48 or a 53? Red man, what you got? A 48 or a 53? Throw that down there. Cause I gotta make a point about this right here. This gonna shed some light on some freight, how that freight be moving, how to look at that freight, and then we're gonna continue to talk about what they're trying to do. My guy 48. Is that a flat or a step? Flat or a step, baby. Flat or a step. I think that's a flat. I be seeing wheel drive taco. That's flat. Spread. If I'm familiar with Instagram. Flat spread. Flat spread. That's a flat spread. I think that's a flat spread. Okay. All right. Okay. Wheel drive taco. We got 48 feet. Both of us got 48 feet. If we get on the phone and talk to somebody about using 38 feet, which would leave us 10 feet, and 3,000 pounds, which just leave you all the weight, which now your trailer is useless because check this out. I don't know about I don't know about wheel drive for tacos, but my bottom deck on my big bubble, listen to me good. My top deck is 10 foot 8 inches, and my bottom deck is like 37, 37 4, 37 8. It's something like that. It's right on the edge of being 38 feet, like 38, 37 8 or something like that on the bottom deck. So 38 feet, I have to put a little flag on the back of the conveyor belt, and it'll have about this much overhang on the bottom side of my trailer, which renders the rest of my truck useless. Same thing on a 40-foot high shot. Yeah, right. So hey, Wheels Drive Taco, appreciate that input because that's the same situation both of us be in. But that's also the reason why I bought a step deck because it dimensionally almost is the same as a high shot, but I can carry way more weight than you got. Than a guy with a CDL high shot, which is a great advantage, and I get the low deck height. But we are so close in size as far as what we actually use on a daily. Real drive for tacos, he'll tell you any day that you don't have to get on the top deck and rearrange all that stuff and find places to put stuff in order to make a load fit from nose to tail on your trailer is a good day. That's a good day. Don't nobody want to do that all the time. So if you drop 38 feet on my step deck, it's a truckload. I need $4 a mile to go through an ice storm right now to go to Yakima, Washington. On a high shot, if they put 38 feet on your 40, it leaves you only 2 feet. You can't use that for nothing else. You might well put your dunnage on that last 2 feet, stack your tarps up, and be cool. But at the same time, your trailer has been rendered useless for the partial gain. Your trailer has been rendered useless for anything else but this trip. So this said trip, which is about 1,850 miles, it needs to be paying, and it needs to be somebody that's putting you over there in a position where you're gonna have something to come back because first of all, that's a long drive. Second of all, it's snowing. Third of all, the wind coming through Nebraska to get there is blowing 65 miles an hour. And remember, your load only weighs 3,000 pounds. That's a recipe for somebody to get hurt. And that's a recipe for a real driver, such as him. He a real driver to go on over there and get it done. Um, but at what cost? You know what I'm saying? At what risk? And at what price? Oh man, I done drove over there this time of year. I done been to Washington State this time of year. I've been to Oregon this time of the year. I understand what that dude had to go through to get over there. And I understand that the carrier has absolutely no idea on God's green earth what's going on. Nah, ain't nothing coming out of Washington State but that lumber. That lumber they moving up there for like $1.50. That shit crazy. I'm not going up there for that. Only way I go to Seattle is for a container, and they got to tell me I could get that container in less than 6 hours. If I got to stay there 3 days to get a container, I don't even want the load. But yeah, that's the only way I go to Seattle, and they got to be one of them $25,000 container moves. Like I ain't really joking around with them people because ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody. That's too far away for somebody to be sending you this time of the year, unless it's a major check involved. It need to be a major check, or you need to be from up there. If you used to it, run it. If somebody up there used to that shit, keep going up there back and forth. I see people every time I go up there to Utah. I go up there see my boy Rob at Ogden and fly past through Seattle and go up there to Fife, Washington, and stuff like that, man. I see guys come by me during the snow drift, the wind blowing 40 miles an hour, ice all over the road, come by me doing 65 miles an hour with the cruise control locked on. Like it ain't shit going on because they used to that. They do that. That's them gonna be in the ditch. I'm gonna keep going 35 and get on up there when I get up there. But that brings me to the next part of the problem. You look at your rate con and say you leave Tuesday and you got 1,900 miles to drive, and really this time of the year, especially once you get above I-70, go I-80, I-90, you really ain't gonna be able to drive 80 miles an hour like the speed limit says, and like GPS says, okay, I'm leaving Missouri, I gotta go to Washington, it's 39 hours. You're not gonna get there in 39 hours. You're gonna get there in like maybe 50 hours, just depending on what happens on the highway and what's going on the way over there. So first of all, we leave out. It's cold. I don't know if y'all been outside lately. It really don't matter where you at. It's cold. Unless you way down there by Miami somewhere. It's pretty cold. So you going north toward Canada. Y'all, y'all gotta understand this. The carrier don't understand it. Ain't the truck. He doing what he trying to do to get some money, and the carrier don't understand that you can't look at this Raycon as a driver and know that you can't do but about 500-600 miles a day legally on this clock in this weather. Hopefully you could do 500-600 miles a day and do 1,850 miles in less than 3.5 days. It's probably gonna be more like 3.5 to 4. But when you look at that and you leave it on Tuesday with this load and they say you need to be there Thursday, that's an oh shit moment, y'all. I'm sorry. I got to call somebody. Me even at the drive, we gonna have to talk to the driver about this. And like, I think the driver called back, the owner operator. I think they called back to the said person, which is the carrier, which is the dispatcher too. Uh, and they said no, hey, can't change it. Um, they said a lot of shit. We can't change and all that. Man, there's a lot of jargon where basically the carrier sitting there on the phone stalling and filibustering and lying to this man like they can't call back and get this date changed when the broker themselves know that get what? That really ain't gonna make it to that fast, but we got an asshole that's gonna take it, and probably somewhere in the carrier broker agreement, it's gonna come up later that that money might not be right because there probably is provisions in the carrier broker agreement that the carrier signed that they don't even know that's in there. Like if you're a day late or if you certain amount late with the shipment being dropped off, it's certain penalty to be incurred by the day or by the hour. It may be, one of those things where that conveyor has to be there for production, and every hour that you late, it might have a crane appointment. You don't know. You don't know. You really don't know. So, like I say, it's a lot of times where you'll get caught up in the flim flam, and the carrier want to get on your back about not being on time and not being speedy about getting somewhere when the shit wasn't possible when they sent it to you. That's like before you take anything, you need to sit there and read the rate confirmation. Like if you're an owner operator, you get paid off percentage. There's absolutely no reason why you can't see the rate confirmation. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the money that they taking from you. It ain't a wild guess. If you're an operator, you need to see CD copy. I don't need another made up copy. I need a screenshot sent to me of what you just signed, where you say I'm going, and when you say I'm gonna be there. Because even in the summertime with a clear sky and you can drive 80 miles an hour all the way across Highway 80 to get over there, there's absolutely no way you could drive almost 1,900 miles after getting loaded in 2 days. Just ain't gonna happen. What's going on, Victory Lap? Let me go back and give y'all some shout outs up in here. We're gonna continue on with the fiasco because it ain't over. It should get worse, y'all. It is a shit show this time of year. That's why I don't go up that way. Ain't nothing, man. I'm telling you, bro. Rat, man. Like this stuff that made me kind of mad about trucking because you got too many people that ain't did their 10,000 now trying to act like they know some hair carrier, open up stuff, whole fleece of truck. Their person or their carrier that I'm talking about got about 15 trucks on their FMCSA stuff, but I think they got about 17 out there running. That's why I ain't called their name out there because they on some bullshit. I'm just be honest with you. They on some straight up bullshit. And like I said, you know, they got about 17 of them out here. So, you know what I mean? I ain't calling no name. I ain't gonna never police nobody, but at the same time, we'll say it's some bullshit and it's something y'all need to hear. It's just happen every day. And you wonder how people don't get paid or stuff happen and people end up being responsible for stuff they never knew they were gonna be responsible for. Shout out to the sponsor for today's live chat, Tab Trans Am factoring what those guys made the Hotshot Haven be able to come to y'all and be the Hotshot Haven on time and every time with that money. I ain't never had no problem with them. And like I said, I done been up there before. If I had a problem with them, believe me, everybody know about it because I done been up there before. I done been to Olau, Kansas. I done seen their office, their facility. They legit. This ain't no fly by night in a suite. These folks in a skyscraper getting money. And just on the LYI, just for some more legitimacy that go along with that money situation with the guys over there at TAL, I've been with them from day one. I can go back and see everything I ever did before, but I like the fact that them folk really do got trucks. Them folk trucking. Them folk trucking like they trapping. Them folk got 1,500 trucks on the road. Cause get what? Trans Am trucking. That Trans Am financial. That tail. That's an offshoot of that to a point where so you got that why that fuel card work like it work because you got 1,500 more truck behind your truck that make that discount be like that discount be. You know what I'm saying? You gotta understand that. And these people out here got factory company and different stuff like that that ain't nothing but really finance and back and forth with money and the computer and waiting and making a profit and all this and they ain't really trucking like they trapping. They don't get it. Them folks will sell you a truck. You want a truck? Tabs will sell you a truck. So will. They got them used truck, trailers, all that. They'll sell you a truck. You want lease on with them and drive one a day truck. They'll do that today. Them folks ain't steady, man. That's why I like them. But like I said, shout out to Tab. Y'all check the link in the description. Hotshot Haven. Get what? I ain't never had a problem every time. And they paying this as little as 25 minutes. Hmm. Tell me somebody get that money there 20 minutes. 20 minutes. You 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Find somebody that'll get that money there 20 minutes. 20 minutes. Run tell everybody. Anyway, I done needed it before. I done got it out there in 20 minutes. And cashed out. Okay, so let's go on a little bit deeper because the shit show is like a real shit show. It's like really rough right now on this guy because as I started to tell him this stuff, and he started to really just connect the dots on what was going on and how this was going to affect him. Guess what I found out about the gentleman? Boy, life weird. The guy used to work in the oil field. True enough, he was working the oil field. But guess what he used to do before that? Get what he used to do before the oil field. Anybody, give me a wild guess in the comment what his job was and what he went to school for before the oil field, before he was out there roughnecking and running truck, doing all that stuff. Anybody, put in the comment what you think his job was, what he used to do, and what he went to school for. Any of that to work. What do you think what his field used to be? And it's some ironic shit. I promise y'all, it's so ironic. Bruh said welding. No, not welding. Not welding. Let's see. Anybody? He was the police? Close. Medical? Nope. Mechanic? No. Law enforcement? Close. Close. He was more so in another branch. Lawyer, AZ Holland. Man went to school to be a lawyer, man. Man went to school to lock people up or free them. I don't know which one, but he went to school and he was good, man. He was like in all them fraternities and stuff in law school. He was good, like real respected dude. He just didn't want to do it no more. He got tired of doing it, but at the same time, yeah, dude was a lawyer. So every time I started to unveil some of the shit that had got him slipping, that had put him over there in the seat that we don't want to be in, he started thinking like a lawyer for a little while. I always think like a lawyer. I'm trucking like I'm trapping. I'm always thinking like a lawyer every day. Cause that's how I was in the street. That's how I stayed in the street. I was thinking like a lawyer every day. And I was thinking about how it looked and the perception and the intent and all that stuff of how it looked because that's how the law based. That shit ain't fair, y'all. The law ain't fair. This shit ain't for you to win. If you get caught up in the system, that shit is for the design for them to keep their 98% conviction rate. So what you talking about don't matter. You guilty until you prove it innocent. You better try and get you a good lawyer. I'm telling you how this shit work in real life. If you on here and you know it real, just throw me a like in there and know that when your ass get caught up in the system, you need to prove your innocence or your ass will be in the system for the duration. They'll be trying to go home. When some shit go down, your ass need to be trying to bud out, go home quick as you can. Cause you get caught up in that little whirlwind circle right there, that undercurrent gonna suck you in. And you don't be in the system. You guilty till you prove innocent in America. Don't let these folks fool you. Cause if you were innocent, they wouldn't make you bond out. If you ain't did nothing, why I gotta give you my rent money to be free again? Why you won't presume that I didn't do it and let me go on my own recognizance every time? Because that ain't how the law works. That's how the bond system work. That's how the bail bond system work. That ain't how the law work. Motherfucker better wake up. And he was wide awake. When I started telling him about how he was crossing these state lines without this CDL, without the proper taxes being paid, without the proper weight being registered for, without even so much as a MC number on the side of the truck. He got a name and a DOT number on the side of the truck, no IFTA sticker, no apportion plates, a regular trailer tag from God know where, and you out here. And get what the problem with all this is. Get what the major, major, major big problem with all this is. I want y'all, we gonna play a game. Y'all go in the comment and comment how you think the carrier is gonna get out of being responsible if he gets caught. I'm gonna give y'all a moment. Just tell me how y'all in the comments. Tell me how. Cause this bad for the carrier and the driver, y'all. Y'all gotta realize that this bad for the carrier, which is the owner of the company and all that dispatch team, whatever you want to call that. Uh, but it bad for the driver too. But how you think the carrier might perhaps disavow any knowledge and distance they sell from this situation? Because I think the carrier really thinks it might be right and they reaping the benefits of not paying what they supposed to pay. But how y'all think the carrier get up out of it? You know, I don't know. Because he said something in the conversation that let me know Jane Nails. Jane Nails, you've been hanging around this channel for a while, boy. You really, Jane. Jane hit the nail on the head so hard he cracked the wood. He split the wood. The man, they called him up there, say he on the insurance, put the DOT number on the side of the door, stuck the name of their company on the side of the door, and they asked that man to sign shit. Hold on, man. Wait a minute. Wait. You leased on, baby. You leased on. Hey, run out there and run something up, baby. We finna run check. Don't worry about. Don't worry about signing them, man. See that was wrong with folk right now, man. The trust ain't being it like it supposed to be, man. Don't worry about signing them, man. All that sign shit. That what them folk, man. See, that what them folk want us to do. Be on file all that paperwork stuff and suing each other and all this. Man, don't be coming over here talking about sign. Man, you know we better than this. She ain't give him that much game, but I'm just saying that man ain't signed a motherfucking thing. He ain't signed nothing. Nothing. Bro ain't signed goddamn thing. Bro ain't signed nothing. Bro ain't signed. Bro, bro ain't signed in. You know how you get to the ship and you sign in. That bro ain't even signed in. So he ain't saying no, he ain't even saying in. He ain't saying in. Nothing. So not only you ain't signed nothing. So if you ain't signed nothing and being leased on, you're not riding around with a copy of the lease agreement. You violating right there because they'll ask to see the lease agreement sometimes. You need to have it in your binder, but there is no lease agreement. So how you get this number? You on the side of the road and DOT gets in contact with that carrier somehow through email or phone call, all this stuff pretty much public record. DOT calls and says, "Hey man, we got this truck out here. Just got to have a CDL. Uh, he's got two options. He either can unhook the trailer and leave it, or he can go to jail." Wait, hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. I have a truck. I'm the carrier. Oh, wait. I have a truck in Washington State that has a driver that's driving said truck that has no CDL, and you have two options is to either unhook the trailer so you're not in combination and you're not set up for that weight and leave it and watch the state and figure out how that works later, or you can perhaps talk a little sideways to them folk and go to jail because it's a misdemeanor, but it carry up to 1 year in prison. And in order to get 1 year in prison, they got to lock your funk ass up first. You got to get in the system. You got to be booked and blueprinted, fingerprinted, processed, photographed, and bond out. Just so when you get a court date, now you got a court date, you come on back in there and say if you're gonna be innocent or guilty as a preliminary, and then you come back later on and we get down with the trial. A trial? Hold on, wait a minute. A trial? Hold up, wait a minute. I just tell hold up the T word. You said trial. It means sound like lawyers and money and stuff. Like, well, a trial. Hold up. A piece of plastic had me in court. A trial where they can actually, state penalties usually go unhook the trailer for $1,000, Alex. Hey, I unhooked the trailer for $1,000, Alex. Give me unhook the trailer for $1,000. I'm trying to stay free. Somebody to come and say, "Oh, the trailer for $1,000, Alex." That's on the board. Let's look and see. What would you do not to go to jail in the middle of nowhere when someone screws you? Unhook the trailer for $1,000, Alex. Man, I love y'all, man. 'Cause it funny, but it ain't funny because there's a real dude I'm talking about. He out there. Nah, he probably be the made it home by now. He might be the made it home by now. Lord will he close enough to home where he can get home and don't nothing shake because he real wrong out there. Uh, I don't like it. I don't like that shit because that right there is something that not only will mess up, what I'm saying, your driving record. If you perhaps wanted to get away from those people, start your own thing, and you had that pending right there, I'm gonna tell you what happens in most states, y'all. And this is not this. Hey, It's $100 mentorship. It really ain't mentorship. It's a 1 hour consultation. Get an hour. We work it out. You can call it a mentorship. It's cool. I'll be your mentor. $ JBUTLER 357. Um, and leave your number in the 4 line. And man, it's real. Hey man, Cheney brotherhood from another hood. Cheney McDonald. Hey, he in here, y'all. The man, the myth, the legend, the dude that hopefully at home right now. He told me I could call his name, so he in here, y'all. He in the comment. China, Lord have mercy, China. So I'm telling a little bit of that story, bro, but pretty much the story because it has so many layers of fuckery, man, that it really it's so wrong on so many levels. And then let's go and recap what we said earlier about this whole thing. So first of all, we got to set up Chris Cobasin went to school to read and write contracts. That's a great investment on your future, Chris. Job well done. So first of all, he has a setup that's not set up for his license. He's not licensed for a CDL. The carrier knows this. The carrier requested that he buy all the stuff that he bought. He didn't do it on his free will. He came to them. They said they wanted him to have this certain setup and that it's non-CDL. That they are convinced that that is non-CDL, which is not. And they're not very good at dispatching. We've got about three. Got about appreciate that, Chinese. Got about 3 loads in 3 weeks. That doesn't add up to $15,000. We're not gonna say that gross. And we have a brand new well, we have a sort of a very good truck, a very good truck out there running that we've put about 15,000 miles on so far and have not grossed $15,000. Um, Also, in this situation right now, we have a carrier that has not made us sign anything. They put the numbers and the stuff on the truck, but they ain't made us sign anything. So, you know what I'm saying? Now we got a guy that's all the way in the middle of nowhere over here dropping load, and by them not being very good, he sat over there in the cold for a couple of days, trying because they can't figure him a way out. That led me to the conclusion of figuring out what their dispatch or the lady or the man or whoever dispatching his truck was doing and the owner of the company was doing. Listen to me. You could do this, but it would not be smart. All of us that have a load board have what's called a filter. Filters are very helpful. Sometimes I want to know what's the closest deadhead. I don't want to go outside of 100 miles. I put that in there and filter that. Sometimes I say, I just wanted my destination to be in the southeast. I want to go to Florida. I put Florida in there and I filter that. Filters are great, but filters also can hide things from you that you wouldn't have saw if it wasn't for the filter. And also, filters are used by extremely lazy people sometimes that feel like dispatching the truck is a point and click type effort, point and shoot type effort, hit it in the hole every time, point and shoot type effort, and it ain't. And I don't like the fact that people move people in dangerous places just because of this one thing I'm finna tell y'all. All the person that was routing that truck was doing was opening up the load board, putting in where he was as an origin. It didn't matter where the deadhead was, 300-mile deadhead. We don't give a damn. We don't care nothing about that because we worry about what we finna make off 20% or whatever the number is. So what's the next filter I'm gonna use? Payment. I'm gonna press payment and I'm gonna flip the filter on truck stop to put the highest paying load first on the board. And if that load can fit on that truck, I don't care if it's going to Alaska. That's where we're running. And because it's the highest paying load on the board, it doesn't matter if it's going 2,000 miles. We'll run that over there for about $4,000 because that's what the broker put on there. And that seems reasonable. That's $2 a mile. I'm going to make, if we can get it over there for 4,000 and I get 20%, I make $800 off this guy driving 2,000 miles. So that means out of the 4,000, he's gonna get 3,200 for driving almost 1,900 miles through a blizzard. across Nebraska where the wind blowing 65 miles an hour. Damn all that, I'm gonna make $800. I don't care nothing about that dude's safety, what he got to deal with. And get what? The 4 grand, man, I ain't gonna argue with it. And on the post, they say it got to be there in 2 days for $2 a mile. But I'm gonna make 800 though. Hold up, man. I'm gonna make 800, and I don't see nothing else on the board. All this stuff ain't got no prices on it. I ain't gonna call for that. Cause evidently they ain't paying nothing if they ain't got no price on there. A lot of times they ain't got no price on there because they want you to call and put your foot in your mouth. You call and blow their brains out. Every time they ain't got no price on there, you call and blow their fucking brains out and let them bring you back to reality. Don't go for this shit. You call them folk with a 300-mile load and offer to run it for $600. That load paying 2,000. You just didn't know it, but they give you a chance to put your foot in your mouth and give you just enough rope to hang yourself. Blow their head. I try to blow their head off top of their head every time I call them. I call them with unscrupulous numbers. I promise you I do. And whatever I end up getting, I'll be rolling with it. But at the same time, I go for the gusto. Don't play with these people. These folks ain't your friend. Keep telling y'all, these folks ain't your friend. But this carrier is in charge of moving this truck. The dude that driving the truck ain't got no control of this. They either find some and he run it, or they don't and he starved. So when she come with the low, the number like, man, I need 4 grand. 4 grand sound good. But you and then you think about what you owe them out of the 4 grand, you be like, well, 3,200 still ain't bad. You kind of down yourself now. You like 3,200 still ain't bad. Then you think about the fuel, it's like $1,200 worth of fuel, you know. Eh, shit, I'm at 2,000, 2,000 ain't that bad. Man, you just ran 2,000 miles for $2,000 because you got to count the deadhead. It 1,849 miles. But you did more than 150 miles just to go pick it up. So that's 2,000 miles, $2,000. And we ain't gonna talk about the truck. We ain't gonna say nothing about the truck. We ain't gonna say what you putting up for the maintenance. We ain't say nothing because they ain't allowing you to do that. You can't do it. You're not gonna win. You can't win. So at that point in time, I was thoroughly fucking disgusted. I was disgusted, y'all. I was thoroughly disgusted with this carrier. I'm not gonna call their name. I looked them up on FMCSA, and they got they record is it borderline. It right on the edge of what you can do and still be running. So I don't want to attach myself to nothing like that. And let's go to what people don't know really can hurt you. Check this out. Check this out. Man, China, now just so y'all don't know, it ain't no cap. Look at the comment. China said he dead hand from Spokane, Washington to a Fort Worth, Texas. But he said it gonna be, but it's fine. We gonna get it right. Yeah, cause you got that cushion. You got that cushion. You come out, you know what I'm saying? Even though they made you get that stuff, it's not a detriment because all you need is a license and a way better carrier. Check out OhioHauler.com. Since y'all gonna be in the Missouri area, he out of Ohio. That my guy all my matter up in here. Check that website out and hit them up on the phone call once you get your CDL and your stuff together, man. So you can actually drive your own truck and trailer. Cause hey, there's some real stuff like in real time right here. This dude is out here hoping, and I gave him a couple of tools to help him get home without no incident. But you really riding out here hoping and praying that no one does a random inspection and just pulls you over. Because the first thing I ask you for is driver license, medical card, please. Then the log book and your registration and your cab card and your insurance. But they want that driver license. That because you sitting on swole right here with this dually and this dual tandem trailer need to have some type of red marking on it or whatever your state do on your license that say commercial driver license class A with an air brake. It need to say that. And as of right now, you know what I'm saying? And not with an air brake, with an air brake exemption. My bad, my bad, my bad. Not for hire, nope. It can help. It most definitely can help. But what my instructions with him to do, they ain't bother him. I gave him a couple of key tools that I have used as a high shotter. You might be privy to. if you do the 1 hour consultation, I most definitely tell you, but I ain't gonna say it on here. There's a couple of things that I used to do as a non-CDL high shot. Even though I was running legal, I was running some bad logs at times. I was being some places I shouldn't have been, and there's some tools that I was using to not get caught. But at the same time, you know, I avail him to a couple of those things that's going to help him get home in one piece, because that's the main thing, is to make it home without going to jail and without having no police interaction because of somebody putting you out here and the lack of knowledge that you had, man. You know, this dude right here right now fighting a fight to not be seen and not be noticed in a piece of equipment that's always noticed. Because like I said, King Gorilla, it really ain't so much the equipment right now, and not really having it set up right with the right tags. It's more so about just operating it, the license in general. You know what I'm saying? You'll see people do stuff sometimes where you'll see people that are going up in levels, you know what I'm saying, in high shotting to trucking, or from high shot non-CDL to high shot CDL, and you'll know that they don't have license to operate CDL equipment, but they'll take you on a video self-snitching like a motherfucker to go get the trailer, hook it up to their non-CDL truck, and it's a dual tandem trailer, and have a video of them riding out of the yard with the shit on camera like a goddamn fool, just for a view or two. I don't fuck around. I did a lot of shit I ain't supposed to do. Y'all ain't gonna never see it. I ain't got my ass on what y'all think. For real. I ain't no clown. See them, that's them clowns. Them people like that do shit like that. Wonder that was in the street with me. Wonder why they went to jail, and always somebody told on them. It always these motherfuckers snitching out here in these streets, and these motherfuckers on YouTube, the police, and this, that, and other. No, stop making videos of dumb shit and read a book sometime and learn what you can and can't do, and put that on camera. Stupid shit. And wonder why people be looking at you crazy, don't want to work with you, all type of stuff in the industry, in business, in life. Cause you do dumb shit on camera. That go for a lot of clowns. Ain't just the clown. You know he the king of doing dumb shit on camera. And wonder why these folk got your say score like it is. They gonna come to your house, check on you and all that old dumb shit because you're stupid. You're fucking stupid. You're dumb. You're dumb. You don't get it. You stupid. You're stupid. Coach be coaching. Yeah, it's the fourth quarter for a whole lot of folks out here in life. And we ain't got time for all that dumb shit that people got going on just because they want to add driver, want to build a fleet. These folks don't know nothing, bro. For to send you out there in a setup like that, ain't read a book to the fur and tell you that's a non-CDL setup, then see you 2,000 miles across the country for $4,000 in the middle of a blizzard blowing sideways off a mountain. They don't care nothing about you. They don't care about your safety. They don't care about your bankroll. They don't care about your family. So get what? I told them just like this. Leave the numbers on the side of the truck. Leave the numbers on the side of the truck. Self-snitching is an epidemic. It's an epidemic. I don't know where this shit come from. We kept way more G than this. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't get it. But anyway, yeah, keep the number on the side of the truck. Do not put another load on there. Let that be the last thing you drop. Go home. Use these tools that I have given you to get home. And remember, just like my great grandma used to tell me, a lot of times the longest way home really is the shortest way home. A lot of folks don't get it. It might hit you on the ride home after we leave service today because I'm preaching a little bit, but a lot of time in trucking and in life, the longest route, it seems to be so extra long. It really the shorter route, because the route that looks so short, is so much stuff going on that route that you don't know about, that it'll take you twice as much time if you had to went all the way around. Why you trying to avoid? I had to tell somebody that on the consultation yesterday. Don't avoid the work, y'all. Learn the job. Forget the money. Learn the work. Don't come out here and try and halfway do the work. If you see it need 8 straps, put 8 straps. If you see it need 8 straps, put 9 straps. But not by no means. If you see it needs 8 straps, don't put 6 straps on that load. If you know for a fact this load requires chains, and it looks like from every angle it needs 8 chains, and you have 8 chains, don't put two, two, 1 1 and 6 chains, or 2 1 1 1, and you got 8 chains. Don't do that. Don't start the lazy shit out here. Y'all done invested too much money, too much time. You got your credit on the line. You trying to get some real money. Ain't no room for lazy motherfuckers out here. Ain't no room for that shit. So, with that being said, if you see it need 8, put 8. Because the life you save might be your own. Them other 2 chains might be the only thing keep that load from coming out the trailer and ruining your life. It might be the only thing stop it. For real. But now we in a situation where it's time to go home, man. It's time to go home. These folks that thoroughly fucked over us, screwed us, if you will. You up here in Spokane, and you gotta come all the way back down to Fort Worth. It's time to go home, baby. Tired of this shit. Ain't no more of that going on. These folks that caught me slipping. And the only thing I can say is hallelujah for getting up on yourself and hollering at me so you can get up out of that shit before it was 6, 7 months later and you done ran 150,000 miles for $150,000 and ain't seen but 30 grand of it. This is gonna be a bad situation. Cause now the truck needs stuff. And you ain't just really got to bankroll it with your own money because you're supposed to be the made it. So like I said, man, ease on down there. Get on down there. And like I said, that's why I ain't called no company names and none of this stuff like that. Because this dude out here running right now with these people name on the side of his truck in jeopardy like a motherfucker, trying to get to the house and not get pulled over. So I pray the blessings of the Lord to get you home. And you know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a conversation, like I said, when you get home, you and your wife, y'all call, I'm gonna call you, we do another 1 hour consultation and see if we can get you situated with a better carrier. You may want to even start your own authority because I mean for the first 3 weeks, what you done went through, you could have stumbled and bumbled that shit by yourself. You could have been at home, you and your wife trying to dispatch the truck and not went to Washington because you know better. And I mean, you could have probably made the same amount of money and less miles without even a customer base, just a few good people that'll let a new carrier pull something and deadheaded back a couple times from 400-500 miles away. Your profit percentage would have been better. You would have been less tired, and you would have like your butthole would have been less tight going down the side of that icy mountain with that weight on the back of that trailer too, because you wouldn't have went over there, man. And to be honest with you, they put that man life in danger. I mean, 3 weeks on the job, and he just so happened to be a really good driver because he survived. But they put that man life in danger. 80 and 84. You ain't gotta tell me. You ain't gotta tell me. 80 and 84 going home on 90 and 35. Well, we already know 35 gonna take you straight to the house. Once you come across, you're gonna make a square out of that, cause that's the only thing you can do up there. Them highways ain't got no junction on it like talking about. So yeah, you'll hit 90, 35K on 35 all the way down through till you get Oklahoma, drive down there in Texas, you hit Fort Worth area somewhere around that country area. Yeah, yeah. Man, that's fucking jacked up, bro. Like I said, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it because it make people look bad. That make everybody look bad, and then it makes it so that you can't even start your own authority or anything after this. Because guess what happened? Guess what happens when this said event happens that we praying don't happen. But if they catch you in this situation, what occurs is you get either a ticket for operating commercial vehicle ride license, or depending on the severity, you might be loaded or something like that. They may decide to take you to jail, just depending on if you don't know how to talk to them on the side of the road, it's at their discretion. But what also happens is your driver license gets suspended for 6 months. They forgot about that part. Oh, they must forgot about that part. How you gonna make some money? How can you even go get your commercial driver license now? You gotta get them your old license to get the new one. Hey man, DK, most definitely. I appreciate you for being here, man. That what it's about. That's why I said we got drop me some thumbs up in there, man. Y'all give me thumbs up and stuff like this so we can push the algorithm a little bit further. Cause I'm trying to help save some folk life, man. Real talk. And then one of the big question was when we first started the conversation, he was like, I'm really trying to figure out because I'm going out here. Really, the number was 4150. I ain't slipping, China. I just said 4,000 to make the math be easy. But he went over there for 4150 on 1,849 mile. My memory pretty good on 1,849 mile. And one of his questions was, is that good money? And one of the things, like I said, this ain't consolation, it's consultation, but it wasn't like that or anything. But one of the things that he said that I know he had been kind of self-justifying it in his mind because you have to do that. That's something like I told you, this stuff 85% mental. And to in order to drive 1,800 miles through stuff like that, you gotta mentally have a goal. You gotta have something mentally on your mind. Even if you know in your mind that I'm not gonna get 4150, I gotta get these folks 20%, I gotta take out fuel. 4150 is in your mind like I'm driving to Spokane for 4150. This is what you saying. You are in your mind coaching yourself cross through this storm, this 65-mile-an-hour wind, cause it take a special kind of person to keep going across there for way less money than they should. So you gotta keep your mental going by saying 4150, 4150, 4150, 4150. I'm going over here 4150, 4150. I'm going for 4150. And the justification is 4150 on 3,000 pounds, 3,000 pounds, 3,000, 4150, 3,000 pounds. Because the person that got you running this stuff that don't know what they doing is saying this is what I got. It pays 4150. That's a really good number. Go ahead and go. I go ahead and start trying to look for you something to come up out of there, and I need you over there in 2 days, which was a lie because when he got over there, you see he ain't nothing get found. He sat for a couple of days, then he got in contact with me, and now he on the way home. So they ain't even found him nothing up out of there. It's a blizzard. It's real. It's snowing sideways. I ain't know, just be honest with you. It's ice. It's rock hard ice. So, Jonathan, what do you bring this video to just tell us that this guy out here running around and they got out on him? No. I brought this video to tell you that it ain't hard to get caught slipping. Because the premise of how this happened to this guy is the fact that you come out as a new person, you don't know anything, and you perhaps haven't been privy to any of the YouTube channels that are helpful and impactful on the person that's trying to do this job. You may have ran across a whole lot of fluff and a whole lot of entertainment value that really didn't give you any concrete knowledge. So you say, man, I don't really know how to do it. It looks like it's a lot of money, but I don't really know how to do it. So I'm gonna lease on. I'm gonna lease on somebody, and I'm gonna check them out. They got customers. They got a lot of trucks. Their carrier here got like 15, 17 trucks. They should know what they got going on. They told me to go buy get a F-350 and a 40-foot trailer, and see everybody else on the number look like they in the parking lot over there. Let me check in the parking lot. Everybody got a F-350 or 40-foot trailer. Ain't nobody got no IFTA sticker. Ain't nobody got no portion tag. And that's 14, 15 more trucks. Shit, it must be right. Shit, they going. They ain't saying nothing to them. So I guess they're right. I don't need that stuff. I ain't got no CDL. And you talk to a couple guys and he be like, I ain't got my CDL either. Then you talk to a couple more guys, they might be like, I got mine. I been had mine 10 years though. I used to drive trucks and came over here, so they already had it. They ain't just some of them folks, it probably hit them like when they started looking at the flow chart from state to state to know if they qualify for having to have a CDL. They realize, oh my God, I'm so far over 26 on gross vehicle weight rating that if I didn't have a CDL, it'd be a crime. My cousin Vincent just hit me with a text message say, "Yo, Bitcoin making me nervous. I told you sell what you had and get back to the bottom line and go buy that oil in November. No, in October." I don't know. I told my cousin, man, get that oil because one thing about how that money work, and just like with that American Airlines stock I had bought that went crazy. Uh, man, these folks ain't gonna let this stuff fail. You gotta understand institutions like that, FedEx, going to a terminal in American Airlines. How they gonna let the terminal at American Airlines close? You got FedEx, UPS, Amazon, all these folk paying for space in there to move their stuff and they plane going in and out, and this American Airlines traffic controller that moving all this stuff. How could that possibly go out of business and shut down without collapsing the infrastructure of three, four, five more major companies and messing up the GDP for the country and putting 7 to 800,000 people out of work in a matter of 24 hours? You think they gonna let that happen? Jail now. They ain't gonna let that happen. They'll throw money at the problem like they've been doing. So when they talk about everything finna go out of business and these folks major institution that drop all the way like a rock, you need to buy as much of it as you can because they're not, the folks not gonna go out. Man, really, 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 really. So why GM and Dodge, why Chrysler and Ford, why all these folks still around? Because the government threw money at the problem and made it so they ain't have to lay off all them people. 'Cause all they did was threaten that we ain't gonna make as much money we used to make, and there's a problem, and we're gonna close up some stuff and mess with the GDP and mess with the tax income that comes in off all these people being employed. That messes with the economy. The government was like, hold up, wait a minute, wait. Hey, y'all gonna lay off how many people? Y'all gonna send what plant to Mexico? Wait a minute, hold up. Man, we got $12 trillion we ain't just doing nothing with. I'm just saying. President over there like, no man, really. You know what I'm saying? If you just wanted to, we could give them like $1 trillion almost and really don't miss it because we just making up numbers anyway. This ain't real money. This stuff in the computer, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why digital money work like it work. And that's why they trying to, all the banks trying to get their hand on Bitcoin and all that. Because for so long, couldn't but two people create currency, and that was the government. And the government the only one that could print it, but the only people that could create currency and create debt and create wealth was the bank on a digital scale, but they can't print money. So now Bitcoin come through and be a whole nother source of currency. You know they gotta have their hand on this some kind of way. They can't let y'all have another source of money and they not be tied up in it. Hence the Visa Bitcoin card. That's why you can buy and sell it like that because they making Bitcoin off of Bitcoin. They mining it as you do transactions. And they charge you fees. They build up a stash. So when everybody to move their money around 1,000 different ways, they be the last man standing with some. Eventually, it might be 2087. Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you knew. I thought you knew. Hmm. I thought you knew that the bank really ain't lending that money that you got up in there. That ain't that. That ain't that money. That ain't the money that they lending. We've been taught to think that way. That ain't how economic work. That ain't really how that work. The money that's sitting up in all them savings accounts and stuff, if everybody go get their money, the bank gonna keep lending tomorrow. And that's why your credit drops so bad when you don't pay the bank back. I'm talking about real bad and lose a house and stuff like that because that debt was internal. That's a debt that was constructed on the computer. When you ask for that money, they ain't just mm, pull no money out of no account and give you the money. No, they created what's called a bank note. A bank note is a substitute for currency digitally that goes into your account. As long as you pay that back, there's no problem. They don't have to report that to a law as a loss in their finances. They make the interest off you. When you pay the thing back, they done made the interest erase that money out of the system. That money wasn't even real. Erase that money out of the system, keep the interest, and keep doing it over and over again. That money ain't real. I be telling Devon this shit all the time, bro. I get $1 million a day. That money ain't real. That ain't real. And that ain't your money. I want mine in cash. I want $1 million cash. Thousand move for $1,000. Cause see, they ain't got the wool over my eyes about a goddamn thing. I understand some money. If I don't understand nothing else, I understand how to get some money. I understand how to get them free band. Me and Holly Cab was up there morning shoot shit for shit on the phone just a little while ago about them free band. How you get that money, don't need zero inch, turn around, make something out for a chop and keep on trucking. But get what? That's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother 1 hour consultation right there. But the free band, everybody talking about who they are. Nobody but me. And get what? We gonna pay the bank. Yeah, well, we'll do that thing, but at the same time, that's a whole different level to this stuff, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. And being on the level of working with some a company that could easily disavow knowledge and flat up say that when you get caught on the side of the road, bro, and you didn't sign anything, when DOT asked them, they be like, "We got a truck on the side of the road." Watch, no, we don't. Cheney? Who the hell is Cheney? I don't know no Cheney. He stole our number and put it on the side of that truck. He got an if the sticker. He got a plate. He got one of our plates. He because the carrier responsible for what plate goes on what truck, and the carrier and owner operator work out who pay for it. Sometimes the owner operator might pay for it, sometimes the carrier pay for it, sometimes they split it, whatever. But the tag is in the name of the carrier at the time. So they be like, He got one of our tags on the truck. He got our if the sticker on the truck. He got our lease agreement in the truck, but he got our number and our name on the truck. Oh, and just because they got to keep their nose clean out of it, they're gonna press charges on you because they're gonna be legally obligated to press charges on you. So they're gonna turn around. Yeah, he stole their number. He stole our number. He stole our number. Now they finna make a report to the FLCSA, and then they gotta get some folks involved to keep them from getting tied up in it. They gotta make it look like they had no idea and that they want retribution too. So they probably come in and press charges on you too for stealing their number, even though they know you didn't steal the number. And it's on you to prove it. I told you, guilty till you prove innocent around here. And bro, like I said, he went to law school. He know I ain't lying. This shit ain't written, man. That's why I got out of the industry of profiting off of pain and got in the industry to bring the pain. I just heard somebody feeling out there on the road this morning. Somebody that gonna watch it later on. Somebody feeling got hurt this morning because they in the same similar situation. Now they got to figure out where they gonna go from here. All I can say is the best place to go from here is up. Bugger hater and it manager, like I always say, certain problems ain't meant to be figured out. Certain problems meant to be ran through. And this one of them problems that meant to be ran through. Like it ain't nothing you can do about it. They got out on you, but since you ain't signed nothing, you ain't obligated. Get on back to the house, and we're gonna start it over as you see fit in the most profitable way possible. But like I say, bro, that's why I do these 1 hour consultations. Be honest with you, that's why I do them because it's some people riding around out here that just don't know. These people jeopardize your freedom and your longevity and like I say, your livelihood. You know, can't none of it do our family no good in jail and giving away bond money in these weird ass states and trying to get our equipment out of impound, trying to find somebody we could fly over. We're not licensed for it, but somebody has told us, I don't like it. Put this in the absolutely put this in the don't get caught slipping playlist for y'all because like this is one of the things that it happens a lot. I had this happen to a friend and he did have to bond his driver out in St. Louis, Missouri and get him a bus ticket home after this happened. But it was a 2500 truck and a dual tandem trailer, but it was still a CDL setup, and the guy wasn't running CDL, and the guy wasn't running log books. And he simply, the officer simply asked him for his license, medical card, and log books, and the guy looked at the officer and said, "What log book? Could you please step out of the car, sir?" No, man. Wait a minute. Hold up. That how it start. That how it start right there. Could you please step out? Yo, oh, last time I stepped out of the car, they got on my ass. Last time I got out the car, they got on my ass. That star Lord right there. Get out the car. Sir, you please get out the car. I don't want to get out the car. I said, yeah. I don't really want to get. I don't really want to. Yeah. Ooh, mm, okay. Yeah. 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 In a state you don't know where you are. You really don't even know where you are on the highway. You couldn't even tell nobody how to come get you from where you are at 2 in the morning in the dark, and you've been driving 9 hours straight trying to get home, and somebody pulls you over. You can't even. Man, may the Lord be with you. King Gorilla. I said, my leg don't work no more. I can't get out the car. I tried to get out the car. He said, my what's his leg don't work no. Oh, I'm trying, I'm trying. Oh shit, what's that? My leg don't work no more. Yeah, but ain't nowhere down you can go. Long as you make it home, ain't nowhere but up to go in this situation right here because you still got the cushion. You didn't stay in the whole seat too long. You hollered at me. We got that rectified. Long as you can get home, we can build up off of this. You got good equipment. You out there ready to run. You got money to change your mind and do some other things. You got money to start out new and not be hurt about it and have a really good rest of your year. It's an early part in the year. I'd rather have somebody stumbling and bumbling and learning about something like this in the middle of January right now, to be honest with you, than to be in the middle of June and July in peak season and they killing me. So I like I said, I hate the fact that they sent him where they sent him, but I will say this: if he wasn't a driver before he went over there, he most certainly is now. He most certainly is now. And like I said, I'm gonna get out of here. I ain't want to take up too much of the time, but I think this was a pertinent topic. It was a important thing to just bring to the challenge. And like I say, there's a lot of time where you see stuff and you hear stuff, and because I know what I know, a lot of people know about trucking. A lot of people, what I'm saying, know about hot shotting and stuff like this. You would say like, how does this happen to somebody? How do people get caught up like this? But it's simply because people have a thirst for knowledge. People want to better themselves. People want opportunities. And when you're looking at people for guidance, especially if you're going to be working for them, you want to be compliant with their company. You want to do what they ask you to do. You don't want to start out looking like you're trying to reinvent the wheel at their company. So if they ask you to buy certain things to start off and it seems reasonable, you buy it. So this could happen to anybody that just didn't know. You know what I'm saying? This is not a thing with Cheney. Like I say, lack of knowledge will surely kill us all, surely. So, I mean, it's not one of those things. It's just a speed bump in the road to getting where you're trying to be. And if you guys would put me a like in here, hit the thumbs up, smash the bell, put your notifications on all so you can be in the lives like you are now. With your notifications on personalized, you probably won't get the notification until the next day sometime. But make sure you ring the bell, put your notifications on all for your updates, and I'll be bringing you more lives and more videos to the channel in the future, and hopefully it can bless somebody's experience out here on the road to help you get to the money and not just be on the grind all the time, but actually grinding hard and taking it home. You know. So y'all have a blessed day. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me this Saturday. Go in the link in the description. Check out the merch. Grind hard on the back. Grind harder. Um, like I say, it's one of the things I want y'all guys to stay encouraged and just stay diligent at what you're doing and understand that what you don't know can really affect the rest of your life. So I suggest and I would hope that you would immerse yourself in the informational part of this business. A lot of that comes through the channel. I am not the most tactful. I am not the most just might won't say professional, but I'm a professional. Y'all believe I've done my 10,000 hours, and whoever this carrier is absolutely has not, because I don't understand how it's working or it's working as well as it's working with them. But just believe me, a problem is brewing that even that carrier can't control. It's called the federal government. You don't want to be involved with nobody that's dealing with stuff like that, and they basically defrauding the government by having you out here this way. So, like I say, y'all like, comment, subscribe, check out the merch. Thanks to Tabs. Y'all check out the links in the descriptions. Keep Trucking ELD. Check out that description in the link in the description. You get $200 off your subscription and your equipment. KeepTruckin ELD, and I like those guys because they do really, really good reports and is always up and on time. And it's not that many malfunctions. Like I've seen a lot of different other kinds. I've used a few different other kinds, and it's less malfunctions than a whole lot of units and equipment that you use. And I like them. So, like I said, if you want to save $200 off their subscription for your KeepTruckin ELD, you might want to check out that subscription. That's from me to you. And I appreciate you guys for being in here. Um, and like I say, love, man.